Hello everyone, this is Tina Burns here, and I'm just going to do a very short tutorial on how to use the bulk upload feature in Maventus. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and go to the Maventus social app, which you can access by going to app.maventus.com. And as we log into my account, if I go over here to my campaign calendar, you'll see that I have posts scheduled for February, but there's nothing really listed in March. So I want to use this bulk upload feature to upload all of my posts for March in one shot. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to go ahead onto this bulk upload feature, which is under the publish column. It's kind of that second item down. And this is the information I'm going to need. I'm going to download this Excel template because that will give me the template that I need in order to download this information. So I'll just call this bulk upload 100 and I'm going to save it in my downloads folder. Now, although I'm downloading this as an Excel file, I'm actually going to be working in Google Sheets because that's just a little bit easier for me to manipulate. So I've opened up this Excel document, and what I'm going to do is copy this first row. And then I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to minimize that. If I go to my Google Drive or I go to Google Sheets, either one is fine. I can create a new Google Sheet. And I'm basically going to just title this March post because I'm going to be doing this for my posts that are scheduled for March. Now remember that row that I've copied from the Excel sheet, I'm now going to go ahead and paste that into my Google Sheet here. Just for visual purposes, I'm going to go ahead and freeze this first column, this first row. That just makes it easier for me to see. Now I want us to note something here. The three columns that we're going to be primarily concerned with are the date and time column, the post description column, and the image ID column. Those are the only three that we'll need to fill out to upload or post into the MavSocial app. So here in my date column, if we go back to MavSocial, you'll see that they have two date and time formats that are available. We're going to go with the second one, which has the month first, then the day, then the year, followed by a 2-digit hour and 2-digit minute format. As a note, this is in military time, so just keep that in mind. So my first post that I'm going to schedule, I know it's going to be from March 1st, 2021, and the time is going to be 8 o'clock in the morning, so that's 0800. If I were doing this in the evening, it would be 2000. Now, you'll notice that as soon as I press the enter key, this actually took off one of the numbers, which is not what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and create a custom format in order to resolve that. So I just went down here and went to the custom number format, and I'm going to kind of create my own format here and just ensure that it has that 2-digit hour, 2-digit minute as well. As we apply that, you'll see that 8 o'clock has changed so that now it has a 0 in front of it. I'm going to go ahead and copy this or drag this down so that it has the rest of my month on there. Alright, there are 31 days in March, so you'll see it goes all the way to the 31st of March. And notice that the time remains the same, and that was one of the reasons that I chose Google Sheets, because if I try to copy and paste that all the way down in Excel, it actually changes the time. Whatever the case may be, now I'm going to put in my post description. So all of these posts are going to just be, I'm just going to call these scripture posts. You have to enter something in for the post description or you will get an error that is returned in the actual application. So I know all these are going to be the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and copy this all the way going down. Now here's the next thing we're going to need to put in. That is our image ID. in order to get our image ID, we're going to have to do something first. So what I'm actually going to do is upload all of my files into the digital library and get the image ID from there. So on the MavSocial app, if you go to this digital library, you'll see that I have this, my previous posts and things that I put up there before. I want to go ahead and create a new folder by clicking on this add button, and I'm going to title this 2021-03, because this will be for my March post. Once I've created that folder, what I want to do next is upload my files. So I'm going to click on this little cloud arrow icon to upload my information. If I go to add files, now I have the option to choose where I want my files or where they'll be located. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the places where they are particularly located and copy in or bring in all my files. And I'm going to click on this icon here that says, hey, I want to upload all of these files. Now, once everything is uploaded, and we'll see that successfully completed here in this window, then I can go back to a different view, which I'm going to call the list view, so that I can enter this into this image ID column. Now, just for my sanity, I'm going to create a new sheet here so that I can copy all of the information over. It's just about wrapping up all of those images, and hopefully it'll be done pretty soon. And we're just about ready to go. So if we look at this, we look at how we're viewing it here, you'll see that it's kind of in this thumbnails view. I'm going to change it to the list view. What I'm concerned with is this ID right here. That's going to go in my image ID column. So I go ahead, I'm going to copy all of this over by highlighting it, right clicking, selecting copy, and then I'm going to paste that into my sheet. Now, I don't need all this extra information. All I literally need is just that image ID. So I'm going to go ahead and post that right here down this line going down. When I'm done with that, I can actually delete this sheet because I no longer need it. And you'll see that it has all of the image IDs populated, and I have the information that I need. So once I have that, what I'm going to do is download this file. I'm going to download it as an XLS, and I'm going to go ahead and keep that in my download folder as March posts. Save that. Now let's go back to our MavSocial app. Again, we're going to go to the Publish Bulk Manager. I'm going to select the network I want to post it to. For this particular one, it's going to be my Facebook, my prayer blog account. I want to keep it in the default campaign. You can switch that out if you want. I just chose that campaign. Remember, our format, our date format, is arranged where the month is first, followed by the day, and then the year. So once I have all that in there, what I can do is now I can upload the file that we've just created. And again, that's going to be in my download folder, and we titled that March post. So I'll go where I find that. Once I get to where this March post is uploaded, now I can upload and continue. It'll go ahead and say, hey, we have all these, we're going to process it. Once everything is processed, I can go to Publish Schedule All. Now, it'll take a couple seconds to actually schedule everything, but once it does, you're going to see this window pop up that says, hey, everything is scheduled and it was successfully uploaded. Now, if I go back to my calendar and I go ahead to March, where that was empty, now you'll see that it's been populated with those images that we have just told it to schedule. And that's all the information you need. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe. And until next time.